How y'all doing? This is Dominique, aka That Therapist. For those of you that do not know me, I am the lead clinician and CEO for a group practice known as Yellow Bird Counseling. What do that mean to you though? What does a Yellow Bird Counseling do? What is that? What you do there? Well, our normal day-to-day activities include providing individual, family, couples, group therapy in the states of Alabama, Mississippi, New Jersey, and soon more states to come. I was like, shoot, we're just doing some state revamping. So soon more states to come, like Florida is soon to come, and 4 other states. So I'll keep y'all posted. Definitely follow me on my all platforms so you'll know, and join our newsletter because I'll also put the updates in our newsletter as well. Okay. You also want to join the newsletter because you'll know when we do our giveaways. Also, you want to join our text community because whenever we do get giveaways, I text you directly, right? So definitely you want to be tapped in with us. You want to receive all of our correspondence so that you don't miss anything. In the meantime, you can click the link in our bio to learn more about the business and the services that we offer. Also, you can take a look at our mental health apparel, saying mental health statements with your chest. I have a breaking the stigma shirt on. It's so cool because it's like the word stigma is actually breaking, right? Y'all, I'm so proud of this shirt because I had designed it myself. So if you're trying to get your swag on for Mental Health Awareness Month, because we're only on day 9, right? You still have plenty of time to place your order so that you can get your shirt in time to say it with your chest and join us in the effort to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness by tying conversations back to how we could all use a therapist outside of simply just having a mental illness. Thank you. Outside of simply just having a mental illness, because that's the biggest part of the stigma is people think, oh, something has to be quote unquote wrong with you in order for you to see a therapist, when that's just simply not the case, right? So during this month, we're going to talk about issues that we all can relate to, or a majority of us or large populations of us can relate to, and tie it back to how we all could use a therapist, right? Excuse me. So luckily, I have several great clinicians in my practice who have offered to contribute their portion to Mental Health Awareness Month by hosting discussions that they see are a need in our community, right? So I'm so happy to have them. We've got interns, we've got fully licensed, we've got associate licensed under my supervision that are all going to be sharing with us a topic each week. And I had decided that on Saturdays, I will also be going live on TikTok. So if Thursday is just not enough for you anymore, and you would like to get a double dose of mental health awareness, then definitely join us Saturday. Just follow me on TikTok for now, and then I'll give y'all more solid time, right? That's new, but I'm thinking it's going to be 12 p.m. Central, right? I'm thinking 12 p.m. Central, but there's another live that I've been going to Saturday mornings to be a part of. So I'm going to go live after that live. So probably around 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, which is 12 p.m. 11 p.m. Pacific, and 11 okay, whatever. All right. Haven't memorized that one yet, but definitely, if you would like a double dose, I will be going live on Saturday around 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, okay? But what do we do here on social media? Pretty much said it. Our whole goal here is to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness by sharing with you all issues that all of us can relate to and tie it back to how we could all use a therapist outside of having a mental health diagnosis, right? So that's what we're going to be doing this evening. One of my lovely supervisees that I supervise for licensure also is one of our admin therapists, also one of our multidisciplinary niche therapists that has different niche populations that they can really work with. So without further ado, let me bring on one of my fabulous YBC ambassadors.
Hello!
Lindsay!
Move my notes out of the way.
What up, Lindsay?
Hi, good to see everybody.
Y'all say hi to Lindsay. Lindsay, introduce yourself because we have new participants this evening.
We sure do.
Tell them what you do and all about you and who you service and all that, your specialties, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, my name is Lindsay. As we discussed previously, I specialize in working with sex workers, the LGBTQIA plus community. I have extensive trauma training, and I also have a massive spiritual background. So I work with spirituality clients outside of the big three religions. So
tell them what it is so they know. Some people don't know what the big three are.
So the big three are obviously Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And I think Hindu is getting up there in numbers too. So
Hindu is a close fourth.
Yes. So yeah, I work with a multitude of different spiritual backgrounds, not limited to, but including hoodoo, voodoo, Kabbalah, which is a form of Judaism witchcraft, which is really interesting, and a bunch of other smaller niche different religions. I also work in helping folks that want to deconstruct from the religion that they grew up in. I also have extensive knowledge in that as well. So yeah, kind of a mixed bag of everything.
And Lindsay is also actively daily working on decolonizing her own mind as a YT woman.
Absolutely. And that's actually a big thing that I'm going to talk about today with community mental health, because a lot of the mental health problems that we have today they have close ties to white supremacy and colonialism, which is a big hot topic in not only the news, but mental health news as well. So that's
this the kind of white people I rock with TikToks, just so y'all know. So carry on, Lindsay. I had to let them know over here.
As you should. But yeah, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, especially since it's a hot topic right now. So
definitely tell us, kind of explain to us kind of what you were thinking about when you wanted to discuss this topic, and kind of where you are as far as your passion or your connection to the topic.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a lot of clients that have come to me throughout my internship and in my current practice, talking about how difficult it is for them to find a community that they belong to, and also how to spot dangerous communities, because whenever you're leaving a big religion or trying to join a new church, it's hard to figure out, different places where you fit in, that you don't have to sacrifice your own mental health or your values to join.
Speak on it. Because I know here in Alabama, church is a social hour. Y'all know it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing wrong with attending church either, and wanting to have that social hour in community with people. And because so many young people are leaving the church in droves, it's important to focus on why.
Ooh, I love
focus on why. And
you know why?
I do know why. Do you know why? So I know in my own personal experience with my own leaving religious spaces, it was because they weren't accepting of all people, and that's not the Bible that I was raised on. So, and I feel like a lot of churches have become massively political too in nature, and I believe that religion is one of the best and biggest coping skills that we have. So the last thing I want to do is, while I'm working on my religious practice and wanting to be in fellowship with people, is discussing really negative traits of religion. So,
Love it.
yeah.
I'm listening. Carry on, because this is a great direction, right?
And also with younger folks leaving church in droves, a lot of people are having to work more than one job because the cost of living is so unsustainable. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I wish I could join church again, but I physically can't because I need my weekend job. So the whole point in talking about community safety and how it relates to mental health is, with all of these structures that are put in place that keep us in a box and not able to do the things that we're supposed to in life, where we're only had the chance to really focus on our jobs and our work and not our social life and spending time with the community. It's caused this massive rift in community building. You know, I've really struggled with community building personally in my own life because I don't attend church. And a lot of the communities around here, most of the community that they have is because...
Sorry, we're getting emergency flash flood warning.
Lord, I'm so tired of this weather.
Right.
The community.
Y'all know it's that time of year. Hopefully my lights don't go out on us, because they sure been flickering over here.
Yeah, same over
Go
here.
ahead, Lindsay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But y'all, if things go out, y'all know how the weather is outside. Y'all are, some majority of y'all are here with us and know that it's like crazy rain.
And if y'all are in North Alabama, we had over 6 tornadoes drop last night. And just like, I swear, it was like the top 50 miles of Alabama. And it was just like one tornado after another.
Ugh.
So, yeah. It's tough out here. But back to what I was talking about. Whenever you are spending a lot of time focusing on, you know, the bottom tier, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is a massive thing that a lot of clinicians talk about, is also loosely based on the chakra system. So, talk about colonialism in mental health care and how most of it was stolen practice from indigenous peoples. I'm not gonna
getting into it.
Into it tonight.
we're getting into it.
Yeah, absolutely. So whenever you have these systems put in place that are stolen practices, that is something to be aware of, and especially because we're not taught that in school. Sure, continuing on. But the bottom level of hierarchy needs, or I think it's the root chakra, is your being able to focus on your immediate demands. So food, water, shelter, safety. And if you're having to work 7 days a week, that takes up all of your time. So you don't have time to expand into doing trauma work or figuring out your emotions, because if you're so busy trying to stay afloat, you can't focus on it. And that's by design too. Because if you can't focus on feelings, you can just keep working until you're dead and then they replace you. That is the big reason why I wanted to talk about community too. And whenever you are looking for a community space, have your own values in mind and have a semblance of an idea of what's important to you in a friend group. Having too many friends that think exactly like you, it can become, what's that term? Where you just, it's not tunnel vision.
Not groupthink. Are you thinking about groupthink?
Kind of groupthink, but there's a different term for it too. I forget the name of it. I was thinking about it all day, and I was like, oh, this is a great point I'm going to bring up later.
What is that word?
I'll go with groupthink, since that's also kind of a buzzword right now. So I'm trying to get all those buzzwords in so we get that algorithm.
Right. Groupthink. Hello.
whenever you're in this groupthink mentality where everybody around you has the same thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, you can't grow as a person. And that's true with no matter where you are on a political system, a religious system, just general community. Not everybody should think the same way that you do. Is it important to have these values in mind of like, I had to be friends with people that are cool with gay people? Absolutely. Like, then there's a difference between being around people that don't have the same values as you, well, not 100% the same values as you, and sacrificing your own needs for the sake of other people.
Ooh,
that's
that was
another
a good
big
one, Lindsay. Give us an example.
All right. I'll bring up a church example again. Staying in the same denomination because you like the way that
Here go y'all nephew.
There goes Mr. Carter. He looks so shiny today. But a good example is staying in the same denomination where they teach the same 10 books of the Bible every single Sunday and really hone in on 2 or 3 key aspects of Christianity, but not the religion as a whole. The picking and choosing of what religious values that you hold, because not everybody has the same religious values, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to have the same political values, and that's also okay. Diversifying your friend group is very important, and also diversifying your workspace is very important too, because the more people that you have different lived experiences and backgrounds, the easier it is for people to get along and truly build community, because the more diverse a group is, the more good that you're going to do in the world, because you have all of these perspectives. So look into your groups first. And
why do you think people kind of try to, they're not as accepting, like in a friend, like in a community situation, they're not as accepting of other people's differences?
Fear and miscommunication and miseducation.
Y'all heard that? Fear, miseducation, and miscommunication. Can you break them down a little more for us?
Absolutely. The fear of unknown is not a new thing when talking about psychological spaces. I'm laughing at you like partying.
Oh, they're giving me gifts over here, y'all, on TikTok. So I'm doing like they gave me the cowgirl hat. So just ignore me if I'm doing hand gestures to them.
Cracking me up. So fear of the unknown, not an uncommon thing, completely normal human experience to have. So again, people fear what they do not know and what they are not taught. And the more you try to limit education, the more likely you are to perpetuate harmful stereotypes or harmful systems.
Because we're all inherently isms.
Absolutely.
As products of this ism nation.
It's a great way to say a colonial state. Yeah. So, yeah. People always talking about banned books and things like that. And, I'm not like the moral high ground on what should be banned and what shouldn't be banned. But the more things that you ban, the less people can figure out things for themselves. And the less that people can find out information to grow as human beings. I'm really thankful that I grew up in the day and age of the internet that I did, because we had pretty unlimited access to like a trove of knowledge, and that was so beautiful. And now because of the algorithms in place, because the internet's much older now than it was when I was a kid, it's easier to perpetuate these systems, and that's by design. Because the less you know, the less likely you are to revolt against systems that have been in place for hundreds of years.
Yep. But y'all heard y'all argument TikTok for if they ban TikTok, then that means that y'all are going to have one less way to utilize resources. So that is y'all's argument. Go forth and conquer.
Yeah. Trying to think of what else to talk about for figuring out safe communities.
So you said something about knowing your um like your personal values and sacrificing your self for the group, I guess, was your.
Yes.
So sounds a lot like boundaries to me. So can you
100.
outline maybe some boundaries that a person might want to consider before integrating into a larger group?
Absolutely. A model that I personally follow, look at the people of the community you're trying to join. If everybody kind of looks the same or acts the same or follows the same ideals, that might not be a community that you would have growth facilitation in. Because if everybody thinks the same and looks the same, then what change can you bring into an organization? So figuring out what you want the organization to look like.
And that may be something you might have to, drawing it back to how a therapist can help. That may be something. If you find yourself having trouble connecting with communities around you, or if you're like me and you feel like you different everywhere, that is a good time for you to seek a therapist to say, hey, I need some help developing my boundaries around the communities that I want to be a part of, so I know where to look for these communities at. It's hard to look for what you don't have an idea of.
Yeah.
So
Not only boundaries, but sense of self as well, because a lot of people will join communities because they don't know who they are. And that's why I'm also a big proponent of joining or having an individual therapist before you try to join new communities. Because the more you know your personal boundaries and know yourself and what you believe in and what you stand in, the easier it is to find other communities that align with those values.
right. Well, and it can be dangerous if you don't have a sense of self, a strong sense of self, because
Absolutely.
that's how people get drawn into
Cults.
cult. I was like, do I want to say harmful groups or cults? Cults. Yep, because
Cults,
that's what I was.
harmful groups. Yeah. I mean, different words for the same thing.
Right.
So, cultish religious groups or organizations target people that do not have a strong sense of self, that have a ton of insecurity. So the more secure that you are in yourself, the less likely you are to join a cult. So
I want you to kind of, especially with a lot of our audience being from Alabama, and so that religious component we can all relate to, I'm sure.
yeah.
Tell us maybe as it relates to joining churches or um, feeling accepted, because I know with the mega churches, um, people have felt left out, even with the structure of small groups and stuff.
Yeah.
So, dang, what was my question? Dang, I trailed off. Hold on. I'm getting it back. So,
How to get out the cult-like mentality, even with big
how to
churches.
safeguard, really how to safeguard yourself against that. Because I know myself, I fallen into the mega church, like drink the Kool-Aid type thing myself. So how do you protect against that, or know if you're in that environment? Because I didn't know till I got out.
A lot of people don't. So a lot of people may actually be in a cult right now and not even know it, which is the whole point of keeping certain informations and how to build true community, why that is such like a deep held secret, and it absolutely should not be, first of all. So whenever you're looking into joining a religious organization, look at their mission statement. Look at, in the day and age of COVID, a lot of places will have their sermons online. Watch a couple of sermons and then attend the church. Look at the people around. The church is one of the most segregated places in the world. So if the church is not integrating with other outside of more than one race, look into why. not a safe place to facilitate growth. Obviously, there are some circumstances around that, like historically Black churches, like they're allowed to be a little cagey with their protection of their.
Explain that to your counterparts.
Yeah. Okay.
Explain that, because they'd be like, well, when I went to a mostly Black church.
I'll get into that. Okay, let's go.
Cool.
Let's go. So historically, Black churches and organizations have often been victims of white supremacy and have been targeted. I mean, we talk about the church in Birmingham that was blown up and those 4 little girls died.
The 16th Street, yep.
Yes, I forgot what street it was on because I'm horrible with them.
16th Street, yep.
16th Street. So whenever you are a white person trying to join into Black spaces, ask yourself why.
Listen up. When you're this is a YT woman saying, if you're a white person and you only want to be in Black spaces, ask yourself why. I literally said that today.
Ask yourself why. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, somebody that used to look like me targeted these churches, trying to infiltrate them and tear them apart. Am I doing the same thing in a lesser evil?
See there? Lindsay is working on overcoming white fragility. That would hurt some people's feelings, Lindsay.
And I hope it does. I'm not here to make friends.
Lindsay said it. All right.
But it's the truth. Like, if you're a white person going into predominantly Black spaces, ask yourself, why am I trying to colonize these spaces again? Because I also understand not wanting to be around racist white people all the time, but to end racism, it starts with white people.
Oh! Y'all see what kind of white people I rock with? Tell your friends. Go ahead, Lindsay.
I mean, it does.
Go off. Another banga.
But whenever you're perpetuating harmful stereotypes, you have to look at what is the reason why you're continuing on with this.
So that might be a good place specifically for white people to check out therapy for their own fragilities around that.
But also be careful with that, because again, it can become an echo chamber. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. If you can
echo chamber. Oh man, that's a big TikTok word. I can't even believe I couldn't think of it.
I don't know why I couldn't remember that either. Probably because I'm a little sleep deprived. But
probably, yes.
It's okay.
Let's see. Let's look at some of these comments. I just think Black people are genuinely welcoming and open. A lot of people step drawn. Oh, I guess feel drawn to that. Yes, yeah. We are.
And that also has its roots in white supremacy, because the nicer you are, the less likely you are to get charged with something.
Yep. It's the beginnings of respectability politics. And us as Black people, me and the other Black people in the room, sometimes we can, it's okay. We can dumb things down. We can find ourselves standing up for our white counterparts more than we might stand up for our own community, because we're trying to, it's a survival mechanism. Yeah. It's a survival mechanism, and but it's a dangerous one, because it keeps our community divided, which is the whole point of colonization, right? Because if we band together and realize our strength together, that's dangerous. So Absolutely. That's why not only does colonization say white is better than Black, white shouldn't coexist with Black, it also teaches Black to divide itself and be against itself.
Right.
I.e. the fictitious Willie Lynch letters.
Speak your truth.
You know what I'm saying?
We're really popping off tonight. I hope the children are ready.
I hope they're getting this.
We need to start popping out ads for some burn cream or something.
Not burn cream. This is crazy, y'all. So tell us, okay, so well, I'm sure the bigger church groups, communities translate into smaller friend groups, but doesn't necessarily have to. So maybe what kinds of, when you're looking at friend groups, what are the things that you would want to safeguard yourself against, or mental health concerns that you might want to be aware of?
Right. Again, diversity in your group, not only with race but also gender. Period. I don't know what else to say about that other than all of your friends shouldn't look like you and be the same gender as you, or even cisgender, especially with the rampant amount of transphobia that's going on in our country. It's because a lot of people just don't have trans friends or don't have trans people in their life.
Or don't know.
Or don't know because they don't feel safe to come out around you, which is, y'all got to examine that too.
Right.
But yeah, look for similar political values. Maybe not exactly the same, but similar. That's really important. Meet at different clubs that you like social clubs and community clubs and organizations that you have a passion for. There's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing out there, so don't pull all your cards out at once. Allow people.
What that means, how do they inch into that? Because it can be easy if somebody shares the same passion as you to throw yourself into it and maybe even ignore their shortcomings. So how can you get into that? You gave great examples for church, but maybe for friend groups or these or other organizations.
Yeah. So whenever you're in like-minded spaces, be careful with what you share about yourself until you can see people for what they are in public and also in private. So you're allowed to be a little cagey. It is an honor to know you. It is an honor to get to know you. So you don't have to pull all your cards out at once. You shouldn't, because that can be really dangerous, because people can use that against you and actually use that to abuse you and use that to control you as well.
And gaslight you, y'all.
And gaslight you, which control and gaslighting is a part of abuse.
Explain what gaslighting is, since it's a buzzword and people just use it ad nauseum and don't know what they're talking about.
Man, you're making me work all of my brain cells today.
They gotta know this could happen to them.
So gaslighting can be a redirection from the truth. So say an action happened and somebody was like, oh, I never did that to you. You're making it up. You're acting really crazy right now. So downplaying your feelings.
Downplaying feelings.
Downplaying the situation.
Downplaying the situation.
Making their actions your fault rather than their actions hurting you.
There's lack of self-accountability there.
Lack of accountability. Well, there's some other examples.
That's what gaslighting is, guys. All right. It's the direct discounting of your reality in every way. Right.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, well, you shouldn't feel like that, or you're being sensitive, or you're overreacting, right? That's a direct discount of your reality. That's a gaslight. Not,
I don't agree with your opinion.
Right. Not, I don't agree with your opinion. Thank you, Lindsay, because I was about to be stuck. Not, I don't agree with your opinion. That's not a gaslight. A gaslight is telling you that your reality is insignificant or not true.
Exactly. And it can happen in small ways and in big ways. So pay attention to that. It is really hard to build connection with people in groups where you just really want to like info dump and like, oh my gosh, this community is so awesome. Like, I want them to know everything about me. Like, I want to know everything about them. A lot of people will
strong.
Yeah. A lot of people will not reveal all of their information about themselves until they know stuff about you.
Mm-hmm. It has to be reciprocity in information.
Right.
If it's heavy on either side, you might want to pull back and reassess.
Yeah, and also sharing a lot about yourself at once, it can actually feel like love bombing, especially to neurotypical people, which I want to get into talking about neurotypical versus neurodivergent, because I feel like in today's day and age, a lot of people are really struggling with a mental health condition, and we're solving it from an individual basis rather than a system basis. So if every single person has something that they're struggling with, it is not the individual's fault. It's the systems that they are under. And that includes everybody. I think everybody suffers from some sort of mental health disorder, whether that be anxiety, trauma, depression,
Prolonged
you name it.
stress disorders.
Yeah, prolonged stress disorder. Prolonged stress disorder, everybody and their mama is stressed.
At least 68% of y'all, and that's actually an old statistic. That was pre-pandemic, 68% of adults.
Post-pandemic, the numbers are a lot higher. So
Uh-huh.
instead of focusing on mental health as an individual, I think we really need to start focusing on the systems that are in play, especially when it comes to the housing crisis, healthcare being inaccessible for most people except for rich white people, and also if they have access to healthcare, are they going to get abused by healthcare systems historically? Because that is a big thing, because a lot of healthcare people are taught that Black women do not feel pain the same way that other people do, which was rooted in slavery.
Yup. Speak it, Lindsay.
And a lot of the books have not been updated since then. And that's why we do not see a lot of POC doctors that are women.
And the ones that you do see, they be booked up.
Yeah.
Clinging to them. I'm sure that the percentage is not much different. I know in our profession, or our sector of healthcare, it's only 4% of therapists that are Black. 96% are white.
And most of them are women.
Yep.
And white women are the biggest perpetrators of abuse towards women of color.
She said a word there, the realest word I done heard all day.
But it's the truth, though, because women are seen more trustworthy than men are. So you expect men to be historically and statistically like men, but it's truly white women that are perpetuating extremely harmful, racist, and misogynoir stereotypes specifically. Yep. And a lot of white women do not like to get called out on that because they're like, well, I'm a woman, I go through struggles. Yeah, you do. Those are valid, but don't make other people's struggles because of your miseducation on purpose.
Willful obtuseness.
Ooh, I need some water.
Hey, we was getting heated in this. I didn't know it was gonna go like that. So
listen, I'm so passionate about community mental health and the systems that are put in place, because individuals cannot thrive in communities that are not meant to be based on individual care.
Yep.
And that's why single mothers have a really difficult time being financially stable, because the systems put in place were not made for single mothers or single parents for that matter, or single income people.
Nope. At all. It was never, So what are some, we kind of name one, boundaries being one, but what are some other things, or maybe things that you work with clients that have brought this issue to you as far as being able to connect to community? What are some of the general things that you find yourself working on with them?
I do a lot of self-confidence boosting and also educating on systems, because a lot of people don't realize the amount of systems that impact us on a day-to-day, especially white people, because all of the isms affect white people a great deal of amount, and people don't want to admit that, because we're not equal until we're all equal. And these stereotypes harm us too, because they're quite literally making us dumb. They're making us less empathetic. They're making us less aware of ourselves. So the more time we focus on figuring out our own emotions and our own values, the easier it is to bring those into community. Yep. And community health services, a lot of them are used as fronts to, or tax reasons for bigger corporations. So a lot of the community organizations aren't as beneficial as they could be, because they don't have the heart of the people in mind. They have, I want a tax break in mind.
Yeah, that's why we try to, y'all, here at Yellowbird, I really try to be intentional about doing the opposite of the structure of patriarchy and colonization. You know, I'm putting white women here, black women here. We're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But the structure of how we do things is very equitable. Absolutely. And so I think our clients and our populations appreciate that and feel safe. But it is still important for us to talk about this openly so people know.
Yeah. Like, there's such a beautiful power dynamic at Yellowbird that I've quite literally have never seen anywhere else. And I
do it okay. But they help, guys. They help make it what it is. We're very strategic about the therapists that we hire, and gonna be even more strategic with new therapists. Since I have grown as a business owner and learned, things to specifically look for. So it's going to be a little harder to get in here as a clinician. We got to be competitive. And the only way
that bad Yelp review was after I interviewed someone and told them about themselves.
People don't like it because we get to the nitty gritty. We're like, where are you at with your internalized racism, or where are you at with your anti-racist work if you're a white person? If you're a man, where are you at in your, working on your toxic masculinity? What's that look like? If you're white, what does it look like? Or if you're, whatever, not in that marginalized group, I want to know, where do you stand? And if you give me an answer as though you don't focus on those things, this is not the place for you. So I'm going to be putting that in the job posting now. So if you read it and it doesn't resonate, you can keep going.
Skedaddle.
I have to pay them for interviews, guys. So I have to save my money.
We do have a question in chat. It says, how can we better advocate for ourselves in these organizations?
That's a great one. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Okay. So to become a better advocate for yourself is understanding the roles of these organizations in your community. If you can tell that these organizations are not up to standard with your ethical code, or just generally don't care about people in the long run, or they don't have enough resources, ask people in the community or in the organization and say, hey, what would you like to change about this organization before I join? And after you join these organizations to advocate for yourself, say, hey, I see a need in X, Y, and Z in this organization. What are some good steps so that we can take to help better benefit our community? And if they don't, skedaddle. Because they are not interested in helping the community if they can't recognize the wrongs that they're doing and do better.
Yep. Because none of us are perfect.
Right.
So if a place or if a group of any kind, if they don't seem welcoming of your contribution as an individual, that is a red flag. Work environments, friend groups, churches. If your individual innovative ideas are dismissed, it's probably time to move on.
And also, if they aren't respectful of your time and your boundaries around your schedule, that is a difficult one because, again, a lot of organizations are not built for single parents or single income folks that have to work multiple jobs just to afford a place to live or a car payment or health insurance, all the expensive things that we have as adults.
Because it's rare that a person can just work one job and that be enough.
Right.
Nice.
Right.
Yep, that's rare. Most people probably have to get 2 jobs, right? Or a full and a part-time or something, because the full-time is not going to be enough to sustain them.
No, unfortunately. And I am really hoping and praying that there's a big change when it comes to wage theft in the United States as well, because that is the biggest form of theft in the United States. People not getting paid their hours, or their bosses are cutting their hours simply because they can't pay them.
Wow, y'all.
I know a lot of people that work even like higher paying jobs that their hours are limited because the companies can't afford to pay them. Or they get laid off because they're having an expensive salary.
That's why the amount of people leaving like corporations and big, companies, it keeps like it's exponentially increasing. It's like millions of people are leaving their jobs each year.
Right. And just from like working in a hospital setting, they've been understaffed for almost over a decade. And it got exponentially worse after the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
So, nurses are supposed to have 1 to 2 patients per nurse per floor. I don't remember the last time any hospital ran under that. So
not even when I worked at the psychiatric hospital, honey, Jerry Psych had more than what they were supposed to have. I know that. I can't remember the exact number, but it was
same with me. And I was like in the middle of the pandemic too, but it was still like beginning stages of the pandemic, right when the vaccine rollout was about to happen. So, yeah.
Love it. What kind of questions? Y'all have any questions? Let me see. It's about to give me the puzzle piece. Let me see. See what kind of questions y'all got.
Do you have any questions on Instagram too? Sometimes we'll miss things on there.
She came in swinging and I love it. Thank you.
I did.
Lindsay
and I do it again.
Pew pews are blazing. That's my best friend. Oh, it must be a friend of yours. She's spitting. Yep, somebody that Lindsay knows. Instagram. Somebody that Lindsay knows. Lindsay said, "Hey, friend."
Hey, friend.
What y'all got here on when do you start looking for family therapy? I'll let Lindsay take that one. That's a good question. Thanks, Cassandra.
So is it family therapy? Are you the child or the parent?
Is it for you and your parents or you and your kids, Cassandra? Or you asking for a person in their parents or for a person with children?
Because if it's the children looking for family therapy, God bless you. That's really difficult, especially to get our.
You said her and her kids, so her and her
Yeah,
kids.
If you're the parent, I'm a big proponent in family therapy, even if you're doing well, because anybody can improve on communication styles, especially growing kids, because they are learning how to be little people from you. So if there are communication styles that you want to enlist on your kids, take them to therapy. Not all family therapy is about, distrust, trauma. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's building better communication, building better trust.
Well, with family and couples therapy, it is good to do it preventatively, right?
Absolutely.
You can do it interventively, Y'all
Yes.
gonna be working harder, and so will the therapist. But the best time to do it is preventatively.
I will say I haven't done family therapy just because I don't really like to work with kids. Like I love kids so much. They're just not the population for me and my expertise in life. So I work with a lot of couples, and I will say most of my couples that have a lot of success in couples therapy are the ones that show up when they're doing okay. And they're just wanting to work out some communication kinks, things like that.
Preventative.
Yeah.
Preventative,
So,
guys.
and there's nothing wrong with going to family therapy at all. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy in general. You know, it is really hard to be a human these days. Like,
Super
personally,
hard.
I go to therapy once a week, and I have for years, and I love my therapist. She makes me the therapist I am today.
We can't leave you. Because it is hard to human out here. It really is hard. It is not easy being a human. It's real ghetto, guys. Cool. All right, let's see. Do we have any other questions for Lindsay?
I don't see any on the Book of Faces.
Hey, Bullet. Hence why I'm an extra terrestrial.
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah, one of my folks on TikTok talking about. Okay, cool. Well, Lindsay, this has been very informative.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate you. Let me put up our, hold on. I should have put this up before, but let me put up our resources so people can reach out. Uh-oh. Banner. Okay.
Yeah. Just to really reiterate some of the points that I made today, whenever you're trying to find a community that best serves you, look at the diversity of the community, whether that's race, then make sure that includes race, gender, religion, because some people that go to church are not Christian.
Yep. So late.
So, and the more time that you spend working on yourself, the easier it is to build genuine connection with other people. The more you understand about yourself, the less people can tell you about yourself.
Yup. Say that again, Lindsay.
The more work you do on yourself, the less people will tell you about yourself.
That's the realest, second realest word I done heard all day.
Preaching today.
So, getting grounded in who you are and your identity is key. So, if you find yourself having to sacrifice your genuine beliefs and thoughts to be friends with somebody, that's probably an indicator that you probably need to seek therapy so that you can, like Lindsay said, she works on with her clients, building self-confidence and individuality, setting boundaries. Those may be things that you can benefit from working on.
And trust within yourself that you're going to make the correct decisions for yourself, because that is another thing that religion or people that have religious trauma, they really struggle with, not trusting what they believe and their core beliefs because they don't identify with the beliefs that they were raised in. So it makes it harder for you to trust yourself in the judgments that you're making. And also, you may have been putting those judgments on God or the idea of God.
Yep.
And trying to figure out your basis from there.
Yep. Well, thank you so much, Lindsay. We really appreciate you. This was great. I was like, are we in February?
You know, you have to keep that February energy with you all year.
Right. Listen, Black history is all year. Decolonization and dismantling patriarchy is every day. You know, it's an everyday thing that we got to do.
Call out the systems that harm others.
Right.
Because it's harming you too.
Harming all of us. Because no one's free until we're all free. That's
Let the church say amen.
Well, thank Thank you, Lindsay, for contributing to Mental Health Awareness Month and making us
Thank you.
aware of how we can benefit from communities and how communities can be harmful and what we need to observe about ourselves before we integrate into a community.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me again.
Yes, we're going to see you soon. Y'all say bye to Lindsay.
Bye.
Bye, Lindsay. All right, y'all. So see, the shit be good to me, right? What Miss Nitra say is good to me. It be good to me. Right? This is what I like, but of course we know some other things are more interesting. But for those of you that want to embrace mental health, embrace breaking the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness, and maybe even become an advocate yourself by simply starting by saying it with your chest, breaking the stigma with your chest, then definitely give us a follow on all our social media platforms so that you can be a part of Yellowbird Nation and join us in the effort to break the stigma that surrounds mental health and wellness. Right? All right, y'all. I ain't forgot. Hold on. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you missing out. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, you missing out. There's a freaking. And of course, in honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, we're going to have our Cash App giveaway, right? So let me get y'all straight. Hold on. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go from, did y'all? I'm going to let y'all get a chance to tap to 10K so y'all can be a part of the CA giveaway. Not y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to, they know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to them. I'm going to do the people on the other platforms first, and I'm going to come back. If it's not at 10K, it's everyone or no one. Okay? Thank y'all for the taps. All right. Not whomever wins, let me hold $5 till I find a new job. No. We're going to see, I personally hope Malika wins. But that's why, because, that's why I got to be fair. Because y'all be like, see, because Malika wins. See, you choose favorites. Hey, everybody. All right. So this is the way this works for those of you that are new, okay? I'm going to say your name and your number 2 times. I'm going to say your name and your number twice. It is up to you to keep up with your number. It's up to you to keep up with your number, okay? So, and then I'll explain the rest. So y'all tap the 10K. I'll deal with these people over here. All right, so keep your ears open, name and number twice. Also, your share has to be public, right? So you have to have shared, and your share has to be public, okay? All right, let me start with y'all over here. Okay. I'm just going to, Stacy Thomas is Dainty Stacy Thomas. Okay. So I got to say it 3 times. So Dainty Stacy Thomas, number 1. Dainty Stacy Thomas, number 1. Punky Brewster, number 2. Punky Brewster, number 2. K Candles, number 3. K Candles, number 3. Every Day, number 4. Every Day, number 4. Danielle Robinson, number 5. Danielle Robinson, number 5. Shauna Elise, number 6. Shauna Elise, number 6. Christy Davis, number 7. Christy Davis, number 7. Sharon Gray, number 8. Sharon Gray, number 8. Alexis Carl, number 9. Alexis Carl, number 9. Tanya Betts, number 10. Tanya Betts. I'm sorry. Toya Betts, I'm sorry. Toya Betts, number 10. Toya Betts, number 10. Toya Betts, number 10. Tanea Keller, number 11. Tanea Keller, number 11. Lou A.B., number 12. Lou A.B., number 12. Rob T.R., number 13. Rob T.R., number 13. Hey. Tierra Hewlett, number 14. Tierra Hewlett, number 14. Magnolia Marchant, number 15. Magnolia Marchant, number 15. Malika Cole. Did we get you, Malika? I don't think so. Malika Cole, number 16. Malika Cole, number 16. Gerard Brown, number 17. Gerard Brown, number 17. All right. Somebody is going to miss it. I can tell. Let me look over here. Yay! Oh. Y'all, they got to 10K over here on TikTok. Good for them. Now they can be a part of the giveaway. Dang, it had 320 shares. Court must still be in session. Yay, y'all. All right, let me look through. If y'all got to put your CA in the comments so I'll know. Y'all put y'all CA in the comments. You got to, in order for me to give you a number. If you want a number, put your CA in the comments. If I could give you a number. If you don't, okay. Cassandra Cox. Let's see, 15, 16. All right, Cassandra Cox, number 18. Cassandra Cox, number 18. Danielle, over here, number 19. Danielle, number 19. Althea Dean, number 20. Althea Dean, number 20. Y'all better, whatever you need. Because y'all got 10 more seconds to put your CAs over here. I'm trying to get our TikTok people in on our stuff because they're new to us, right? We're just Yep, I'm doing a giveaway. Sure am. Yes, I am. I got you, Althea. I got you, and you should have your number. But did you put in a Cash App, Yummy? Or did you put in one? Because you're not gonna win nothing if you didn't. And then some people are gonna miss it, and they're gonna be so sad. But I will do another subscriber only giveaway for my subscribers on TikTok. So if y'all want to be a part of that, y'all can. Y'all can click the link in the bio and join my TikTok page so you can be in that. Okay, the second one is correct. Okay, if you get it, then I'll be sure to go buy the second one. Oh, dang, you can't be in it then if you don't have a CA. Dang, that's the only way we're doing it. I guess that's everybody. All right, y'all. So let me get everything pulled up. We got 20 folks. So everybody, call on whatever you need to call on, right? Let me get y'all switched around so y'all can see. So everybody knows everything is fair. All right, let me share my screen with y'all. Share screen. It said 2. Hold on. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Y'all see? Y'all can see? Okay, good. So we're going to do the random number wheel generator, okay? Everybody's seeing. Everybody knows that there's no, me picking favorites. Folks swear I be doing that. So, not y'all over here. Y'all, they be giving me a hard time on TikTok. They give me a hard time. So, I'm mostly doing this for them, not y'all that been here. Okay. All right. All right. This looks like a new wheel. Y'all ready? Look at it. I'm not even doing nothing to it. Look at it spinning like that. Hold on. Share this tab instead. There y'all go. 1 to 20. Is everyone ready? If everyone's ready, all right. Drum roll, please. Who got it? Who got it? It was somebody over here. Who got number 18? Who's number 18, y'all? Who is that? That's somebody over here, I think. Or it's the last person that was on the what you call it? Did you win? I'm glad you won. Cassandra did all that work. Y'all say congratulations to Cassandra. Yes. Hold on. Cassandra, you have won $150 Cash App giveaway. I'm going to send that to Cassandra now. Y'all know I send it all on live. So people don't be like, she's capping. She didn't really. This is not for y'all. The OGs, I'm talking to the new folks. Because they roll different on TikTok, right? They roll a little different than how we roll, okay? So I'm integrating into a new community, right? So we're still setting up boundaries over there. All right. Yay! Y'all tell Cassandra congratulations over here. And drop some hearts and reactions. Yes. I felt it in my soul. All that tapping and sharing Cassandra was doing, I'm like, you know what? Cassandra want this. That's great because Cassandra deserves it. Hold on. Let me get it. Let me do the $150. And I'll be doing more giveaways than what I usually do in the name of it being Mental Health Awareness Month. So y'all do want to be sure you're following me on all platforms so you do not miss this, okay? Congratulations from Yellowbird Counseling, okay? And then let me put Cassandra's Cash App in. Hold on. All right, Cassandra, hold on. Let me grab your Cash App out the comments. All right, got it. Hold on. Cassandra, 45. Okay, that looks right. Is this right? That right? Is that right, Cassandra? Because I have been known to accidentally send a person. Okay, perfect. All right. Yay! Cassandra, let us know when you got it. Let us know when you get it. My phone about to die. Got it. Let us know. Let us know when you get it. Cassandra's going to let us know. Got it. Cassandra received it. Yes. All right, y'all. All right. Hold on. Let me flip my camera. All right, y'all. Y'all done seen it. I be doing it. Somebody off of TikTok won today. Wow. I'm glad I included y'all, right? And see what happens when you came here, instead of going to petty court, you won some money, right? Perfect. All right, y'all. So I'm going to see y'all. Next week. Also, remember, I'll be going live again this Saturday. And we're going to be talking about counseling versus therapy versus coaching versus psychiatry. So we're going to build awareness in who you go to for what. That's going to be on TikTok. So definitely follow me over there. You can click the link in my bio, scroll all the way to the bottom, and those are all my social media links, okay? So you guys have a great week. Be safe and stay dry this weekend, especially if you're in the Southeast, okay? We'll talk soon.